Hi, we're making tortillas today. This is for Jersey. So we start off with 4 cups of flour. We're going to do a teaspoon of Knorr chicken bouillon and a teaspoon of salt. A lot of people think that that would be extreme, but they don't come out salty. They come out really, really good actually. And 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So you put the dry ingredients and then you whisk it up for about half a minute or so. If you have a machine, it'll be done way easier than with a whisk. So once you get that whisked pretty good, then we're gonna add the lard and butter. I also put a lot. I do 3 tablespoons of shortening or lard, but we're using shortening today, and 2 tablespoons of real butter. You can use margarine or spread, but that's how we used to make them until we didn't have some one day and we had to use real butter, and they were way better. And you mix that in really, really good. You got to make sure you get all the bottoms. And after about maybe a minute or so, you can feel the flour is more crumbly because it's mixed with butter and shortening. Again, it would be way easier with a machine, but I don't have one of those. It's just about done. Let me turn this hot water on. With a machine, this will be done like really, really quick. The flour and lard consistency to stick together, and it'll hold its form, but it'll still crumble up. And it needs to be just, you'll tell the difference when you haven't mixed it well. Some of it will stick together, but be a lot more softer. It's got to be pretty consistent. So now that that's ready, we'll get our water. Use a half a cup of hot water. I know a lot of people use boiling water, but hot water is fine. Oh shit, too much. And you just pour it in there. Nobody never deserves that. Oh. So I just added the 1.5 cups water to the dry mixture. And at first it's going to be all mushy and wet, but you just got to work it, work it, work it. I'm going to knead it for approximately 7 minutes or so, give or take. So the more, when you start working it, it'll definitely dry up and be perfect consistency. And again, if you got a machine to do this, it's way easier. So if you just grab one side of the masa and just smash it into the rest of the ball, that's basically if you have to hand knead it. good. I'm tired. So it's going to be nice and light and fluffy. And you'll feel the air that you put in it. And then from here, we've been making about 6-inch tortillas and getting almost 2 dozen out of it. But today we're going to make about 14 because of the size skillet. This recipe is for 1 dozen tortillas, and it'll get you a dozen of approximately 10-inch tortillas. So we're going to try to get 14 out of this ball to where they'll fit in the skillet that we have. So I'll just pinch a ball and you like work it and make it a ball. You'll get all the creases out and you continue to kneading it. And that's rather big. That's a good size right there. Or just start making balls as long as you know you want to get 12 out of it. And then you can just even out the bigger ones with the smaller ones and go that route. Whatever's easier for you. But if you got kids, we make them any size. We'll just give the kids the smaller ones. Some people oil them to prevent them from cracking while you're letting them sit for a little bit. I really don't let them sit that long. But I don't oil them because I put already so much shortening and butter in it. Alright, so we're going to let this dough set for a little bit. I'm going to say about maybe 10 minutes or so. In about 8 minutes, I'm going to turn on the skillet to get it nice and hot. And we'll see you then. I don't like dusting the surface with too much flour because it changes the masa. So you roll it and then you flip it, cross cut it. When you roll it, you flip it the opposite way and you're rolling it the opposite way. And then you just keep doing it. And it should stay a circle. I'm still rolling it out. I would have finished by now, but I'm waiting for the pan to get hot. So right now you're starting to change color. It'll start going from that opaque, creamy, pasty color to a more solid white color. And you want it to puff up like this. If the masa's puffing up, that means you're doing good. Oh, it's not really puffing up. And once you see a couple of bubbles in there, you want to turn it. And it'll be completely cooked, but you don't want to cook them crispy because if you try to warm them up again, then they're not going to be foldable. So this one didn't cook on the edges. I think that's about done. And that's the first one. This one was too big, so I didn't get the edges. And if the bubbles hold the air, that's a good sign too. That means the masa's really airy. So that's it.